Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrapping Cane. Today I'm sharing two layouts that I'm calling Toddler Time. They are from when my son was younger, my oldest son. And one is three photos of him in daycare, and then the other one is a group photo of basically family members and friends in a park. And this was when he was also in preschool, but my mom used to take him to school. So sometimes he would stay with her in the afternoon. So he would be in grandma's daycare. And so that's what that one photo is from. And I'll explain a little bit more when I get to the photos. I'm using all Bella Boulevard products. Some of it is from Tiny Tots 2.0, and it's also from Tiny Tots, the first edition. So they had two collections come out probably, I think there was like 3 years, 4 years in between them. They didn't come out back to back, but they are similar. And of course, the colors are similar because Bella Boulevard pretty much sticks to the same color palette. So you can mix and match their papers throughout their collections. One of them has a little bit more pink in it than the other one. And I am going to embrace the pink for the daycare photos because there is two little girls that are his friends that are in the photo. So I just wanted to embrace the pink and, get some of that used up. And then the other one's going to be mainly primary colors. This paper here with the stars is actually from, I believe it was like a summer water collection. And I'm just using it for the stars because they match the collection and they bring out the pink. And the 2.0 one, it doesn't seem to have as much pink as the first one, but the first one definitely had a little bit more pink in it. But both of them really have, the pink color. But as you can see on the back of that one, it's mainly primary colors. And then this one here does have pink in it, and that was from the first one. In that alphabet paper, I actually have in three different colors, which comes in handy because I have it one that's tone on tone blue, and then yellow, orange, and then I have one that is multicolored. And I'm going to use all three of those on the same layout. This is the Chow Chip, which I use quite a bit of that on the first layout, and then I'm not sure I use any of them on the second layout, but I definitely use a lot of the pieces on the first one. I did go digging in my stash and found two background papers that are they are exactly the same. They have cut aparts on the other side of them, and I did cut one of them so that I could use some of the cut aparts and eventually on another layout. But I wanted the neutral gray color for the background because that just seemed to work a little bit better with both of the photos. My son is wearing a gray shirt, so I just thought that helped him pop a little bit more. Plus, it gave me a neutral background to put the photo on. This here would have said a little cutest, which didn't really make sense. So I'm going to cut the T and make it an I, and then it's going to be little cuties. It's going to be my title instead. And those were all chipboard pieces from the chipboard pieces. So there's little and then the word cutest, but I changed it to cuties. And then also the border strip of striped paper at the bottom was also from that chipboard. And then this little frog I was going to put on the layout because, again, my oldest son's name is Jeremiah, so Jeremiah the bullfrog. But I end up trading out that little frog and not using it. But at first, I thought I was going to. I also have this little ladybug, a couple of the flowers, and then stars. And I just thought the stars were cute and the little flowers are cute. There is one little girl, or two little girls actually, my little sister and then a family friend. So there is two girls in the photo, and then the other four are little boys, including my nephew and a cousin, and then a family friend. So here I decided to bring in a little apple instead because color-wise it matched and added a little bit more of that green. And that The apple is because this was a school function. This was a little like, sorry, lost my train of thought. A little school party that they had in the park for the parenting class that my mom used to organize with the school. So I did put red photo corners on all of the corners. That was from the sticker sheet. I think that's the only stickers on the layout. Oh no, the apple is a sticker also. And then everything else is chipboard pieces. And I did pill the chipboard pieces so that they were a little bit thinner. So that yellow one is almost like paper thin instead of chipboard. And that was so that I could layer it up in a cluster. And then over here with the stars, I have the ladybug laying over one of the stars, and then the other stars are separated out. I'm going to add down little and cuties and go ahead and glue them down since that nothing was glued in place just yet. And I think I'm almost done with this layout, and then I will get started on the next layout. And like I said, I did bring two papers of that gray out so that I could use one for each of them for the background. And that's just because it matched. That was the only paper I had that really matched. I could have used yellow or something, but I was afraid the letters wouldn't pop off of there or the yellow star, so I just decided to go with the neutral color. There we go. We're going to get started on the second one here. And there's that star paper and then the multicolor alphabet and the stripe paper. I'm going to cover the girls' faces up with a post-it note just because I really don't have permission. Not that they look anything like that. This photo is 23 years old. So yeah, they were definitely probably about 3 years old. So yeah, they look nothing like that, I'm sure, and I haven't seen them in years. But anyways, up the top, the photo, my son is sleeping at nap time. He had fallen asleep after playing with the dress-up hats over in the corner, and he fell asleep with them over his face. And we went and took them off of him after he fell asleep, but I had to take a picture first. So the other little photo was his cubby photo. So it is kind of messed up because it was a Polaroid and the teacher had cut it. And if you cut a Polaroid, usually they'll peel apart and then you don't have the photo at all. So I was able to save the photo, but I don't have another copy of it or anything. I did make a digital copy of it in case like it messes up more, but I wanted to use the original one on the layout because that's the one that was on his cubby. So the little paint and brush is because that's what he liked to do in that class was paint with watercolors or regular paint. That was his favorite activity. And then this little tab says friends on it. The one down at the bottom, the little yellow tag says, I want to play all day. And then I'm going to put the letters little. This is from the ephemera pack. And so it's going to be Little Friends is going to be the title. That other little piece at the top that I just moved up above the blue alphabet paper, it says handsome. And I just decided to move it up there so then it didn't look like it said Little Handsome Friends or something like that if you were reading it. And I'm also going to add journaling underneath the blue photo. So that was the reason why I moved it. And then, oh, there's one chipboard piece on there. That little ABC123 is a chipboard, and actually so is the little schoolhouse down at the bottom. Everything else is ephemera pieces. So there you go. There's a few little close-ups. You can see how that photo is messed up. I did glue it back together, hoping that it will stay long-term. But like I said, if it doesn't, I can always reprint it. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's layout. Thanks for coming by and watching. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.